Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Golagha Oghenefejiro Godslove from Petroleum Training Institute, Efun Delta State, Nigeria. I'll be making a presentation on liquefied natural gas processing, its optimization for the reduction of energy poverty. My presentation is in commemoration of the Earth, Energy and Environment Student Conference and Exhibition at Marietta College 2023. The outline for my presentation will run from the introduction of natural gas, exploration of natural gas, the different forms of natural gas which entails LPG, LNG, CNG, FLNG. I'll also talk about the liquefaction of natural gas, the roles of natural gas in the energy transition, and I'll wrap it up with the optimization of LNG production for energy poverty reduction. The oil and gas industry has been a dynamic source of energy provision that has been used for different forms of industry, be it the manufacturing, the production, or the pharmaceutical industry. It has also been a reliable source of electricity supply to different areas in the country or continent. Oil and gas industry are majorly formed as a result of hydrocarbon fuels, termed fossil fuels. The different categories of fossil fuels are your coal, your crude oil, and your natural gas. In the course of my presentation, I'll be talking about natural gas, which is known as the cleanest form of fossil fuel due to its lower carbon content. Natural gas is purely methane gas, which is your CH4 or your C1. And it can also come with different hydrocarbon gas liquids or non-hydrocarbon gases, known as your carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, helium, and also mercury. Due to the current energy transition, natural gas has become a solid fossil fuel, or rather, a suitable or a reliable fossil fuel that can enable to drive the energy transition. I'll be talking about the exploration for natural gas. Hydrocarbon exploration involves different methods, either using the geophysical method or the geological method. Each method gives you different characteristics of your Earth's subsurface, but it gives you an understanding of the different characteristics of your subsurface. These different forms can aid to gain an understanding of the different formations that occur at the subsurface and the different sedimentary layers found in your subsurface. Hydrocarbon fuel, your crude oil, and your natural gas are formed as a result of dead, decayed organisms. These dead, decayed organisms are buried a longer period of time, millions of years, due to high sedimentation or high deposition of sediment, and as a result of pressure buildup and temperature buildup. With an increased temperature and an increased pressure, this dead organism turns into your hydrocarbon, known as your oil or your gas. Once prospecting is carried out using a prospect, an exploration followed. The next is your drilling. Drilling is a process of excavating or a process of providing a wellbore for the extraction of your hydrocarbon from the subsurface to the surface for production and for energy provision to energy demand. All these fossil fuels can be produced to generate energy, and it's also a reliable form of energy. But because of the carbon goal, the net zero goal, a cleaner form of fossil fuel or renewable energy must be used to reduce the carbon emission on our climate. We have different forms of natural gas. We have the LPG, the LNG, the CNG, and the FLNG. The LPG, which is made up of purely propane gas and your butane gas, is used for domestic activities, such as your cooking and warming of homes. Your LPG is made up of your C3 and your C4. Moving on to the next one, which is LNG. LNG is liquefied natural gas. What it means is that your natural gas that comes out in a gaseous form is being liquefied for easy transportation to market availability. Your LNG is made up of purely methane gas, which is your C1 or your CH4. The next one is CNG. CNG is compressed natural gas. This gas is a unique gas in which gas is compressed to less than 1% of the volume it occupies at standard atmospheric temperature. True thing about this CNG is that it's also a pure methane gas. But your CNG is used commonly for powering of vehicles or for commercial activities or commercial operations. And the last one is your floating liquefied natural gas. You may want to ask, what is floating liquefied natural gas? Floating liquefied natural gas is a kind of gas that is produced using your FLNG FPSOs, which are majorly vessels that extract your natural gas, produces your natural gas, liquefies it into a liquid, also do storage of natural gas, and transfer this gas in a liquid form using carrier ship to where markets or money is based. So the difference between your floating liquefied natural gas and your LNG is that your floating liquefied natural gas can be carried out using a floating liquefied natural gas vessel, but your LNG production is using a liquefied natural gas processing plant. That is a major difference between your FLNG and your LNG. All these classifications of natural gas make it unique in its operations, transportation, marketing, and usage. Before I go further, I would love to show you a pictorial view of the natural gas. This is your LNG, which is liquefied gas, liquefied natural gas. On this other hand, we have our LPG, which is your liquefied petroleum gas. On this other hand, we have our CNG, compressed natural gas. And the last one, we have our FLNG, which is our floating liquefied natural gas. This vessel here is what extracts, produces, and also store your liquefied natural gas. But on this other hand, this is your liquefied natural gas storage, which is as a result of the gas that has been produced using your LNG processing plant. Now I want to take you through the production of LNG. Recall, I said LNG is your liquefied natural gas that is made up of purely methane. But there are some acid gases which are non-hydrocarbon gases, such as your CO2, your H2S, your SO2, and sometimes your sulfur. There are some other compounds or some other chemical elements that could come alongside your natural gas, which is your mercury. These gases are termed as your acid gases. The reason they are called acid gases is because it can degrade the value of your LNG. It can also lead to corrosion in your pipelines for transportation. These acid gases are removed during the process of liquefaction of your natural gas. The reason why you also remove it is to improve the quality of your liquefied natural gas and to also meet up market demand. LNG production involves a series of operations that help to reduce the effect of unwanted materials. An example of the unwanted materials are your acid gases. I will take you through the unit of the LNG processing plant because my course of discussion today is LNG. Your LNG processing plant is made up of different units. We have the feed gas system, whereby you receive your natural gas from your natural gas wells. Your feed gas system. All these systems are made up of equipment, controllers. It is also made up of regulators. It's also made up of transmitters, and it's also made up of different mechanical devices that can help optimize the production of LNG. The next unit is your acid gas removal unit. This is a unit that is specifically designed for the removal of your acid gases, such as your CO2, your H2S, your SO2. The next one is your dehydration unit. Your dehydration unit is very, very vital in your LNG production plant because your natural gas comes with associated materials known as your water. And once the liquefaction of your gas is ongoing, it is important that there is no water found in your natural gas stream. You may ask me why. It will lead to the formation of hydrates in your liquefaction unit. And this hydrate can plug in your pipelines for distribution or for transportation of your gas. So hence the reason why we carry out the dehydration of your natural gas. The last one is your storage. Storage is very important in your liquefied natural gas processing. Storage helps to keep track of your product and also to check for your market quantity once the demand arises. So I'll be taking you through the production of your LNG. The gas we produce to liquefied natural gas is often known as your sour gas. Once your sour gas comes into your gas system inlet, it goes through your gas compressor, going through your gas chiller, and it goes through your inlet separator. The inlet separator is to remove or to separate your natural gas from heavier hydrocarbons. Once your natural gas leaves your inlet separator, which is also referred to as your feed gas knockout drum, it goes into the absorber, which is known as your amine contactor. At this contactor here, there is a product known as your amine or your glycol. The reason for imputing amine at this region is to help collect or to absorb your acid gases that are your CO2 or your H2S. Once your gas comes into the absorber and the acid gases are being removed, once the acid gases are being removed, it goes into your outlet separator. Your outlet separator is critical because you need to remove any traces of water that might be as a result of your absorber or the absorption process. After going through the outlet separator, it goes into your absorbers, which is the dehydration unit. And this dehydration unit we make use of molecular sieve absorbers to collect or to absorb the water that might have been as a result of the absorption process in your amine contactor or your acid gas remover unit. Once your natural gas stream passes through your molecular sieve absorber, it is taken to a liquefaction unit. The reason for this liquefaction unit is to reduce the temperature of your natural gas to minus 160 degrees Celsius. That is when your natural gas begins to form. Once your natural gas is being liquefied to a liquid, it leaves your liquefaction unit, known as your LNG cold box, to your LNG storage tank. Then you can now distribute your LNG to different customers to meet up market demand and energy demand. That is the general overview of your LNG production. So for your LNG production, we remove our water because we don't want any form of clogging or any form of hydrate formation at our LNG cold box or liquefaction unit. Once your LNG production is carried out, you cannot meet energy demand or market demand. I would love to discuss some roles of natural gas in this energy transition. Energy transition involves the shift from a carbon emissive fuel to a lower carbon emissive fuel, or from fossil fuel to renewable energy. But in the course of my discussion, I would love to say that the cleanest form of fossil fuel, which is your natural gas, is often a major driver in this energy transition. And why is it a major driver? It is because it has a lower carbon content compared to your crude oil or your coal. What then are the roles of your natural gas? Your natural gas, being a driver of the energy transition, can aid in ensuring energy security. It can also help in fuel decarbonization. When we talk of fuel decarbonization, it's the process of removing or reducing the impact of carbon in our climate. Your energy transition, also driven by natural gas, can come about energy entrepreneurship, where people or young engineers, young professionals, young geoscientists or earth scientists can go into energy entrepreneurship, whereby they can provide energy in a small scale, meeting up market demand and also energy demand. This also can encourage the reduction of energy poverty. The last one I would love to talk about is energy availability. Due to the higher population growth, to the higher energy demand, we need an energy resource or a form of energy that can meet up the energy demand as a result of a growing population. That is why natural gas has a role to play in the energy transition by being an energy that is useful and available and also reliable. Hence, the availability of energy as a result of the use of natural gas in the transition. Natural gas represents a cleaner form of an alternative energy compared to other fossil fuels, which are your crude oil or your coal. Why then do we need to optimize LNG production? Energy poverty, according to the World Economic Forum in 2010, defined energy poverty as the lack of access to sustainable modern energy services and products. What are those energy services? Reliability of energy or fuel. What are the products? Either your hydrocarbon fuel or your renewable energy. Your renewable energy can be in the source of solar, can be in a source of wind, can be a source of geothermal. Your hydrocarbon, earlier discussed, can be in the form of crude oil, your gas, or your coal. But due to the climate change currently ongoing, a shift from a massive consumption of fossil fuel to renewable energy is needed. Therefore, energy poverty can be classified into different states, which involve: one, lack of adequate source of energy, when energy is not available; unaffordability of energy, when energy becomes too expensive for the layman to purchase, or when energy becomes a scarce commodity and the cost of getting it is on a higher rise. Unreliable energy supply. For energy to be used, it must be reliable. Therefore, the unreliability of energy supply can also encourage energy poverty in a community. Optimization of energy involves the intervention of energy stakeholders compared to other fossil fuels to reach a higher energy demand. Energy stakeholders are energy producers, energy marketers, energy exploration teams. All these, their intervention in ensuring that energy is provided to meet a higher demand is optimization. Optimization of LNG, which involves the production optimization or production efficiency to meet a higher demand of the liquefied natural gas to power up power plants, electricity generation, manufacturing industry, and production industry, is very critical because energy is what drives economy. Why then do we need to optimize LNG to meet up or to reduce energy poverty? We need to optimize energy, that is the production of LNG, for three reasons. Number one, to provide a reliable energy source. Two, to provide energy that can be affordable. Three, to provide an adequate energy that is having a higher energy density that can last for a longer period of time. So what are the optimization of LNG for the reduction of energy poverty? They are LNG supply chain. Once the supply chain of your energy product is optimized, energy poverty can be reduced. Production optimization and efficiency. This involves improving in the quality of our products. Once the quality of the product is improved on, energy poverty can be reduced because your energy becomes energy with value. Technological advancement. Once technology advancement is involved in the production of LNG, optimization is enhanced and production of energy is on a faster level. Cost evaluation. The cost of production of energy can affect the cost of affordability of energy. So once the cost evaluation is optimized, people can afford this energy on a lower cost. Hence, LNG production can help to reduce energy poverty once it is being optimized. In conclusion, the different forms of natural gas function with different goals of optimization. And this is to improve human activities, to improve manufacturing industry, to improve energy generation industry, such as the electrical companies. Some uses of natural gas involves for residential uses, which are for cooking, heating up homes, generating electricity. On a commercial base, natural gas can be used for heating, generating electricity, and for the manufacturing industry. Economically, natural gas can provide or generate revenue. What about transportation? Like your CNG, which is compressed natural gas, can be used to fuel commercial vehicles, thereby contributing to the net zero goal. Natural gas, being a lesser carbon emissive fossil fuel, has a tangible role in providing energy by reducing the level of energy poverty and increasing sustainability. And this in return contributes to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. LNG is transported using various means. Once your liquefied natural gas is produced into liquid, it is taken to regasification stations whereby it is converted back to gas for transportation through pipelines to meet market demand. In conclusion, this energy, known as your natural gas energy or your natural gas fuel, is a key driver in this energy transition. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you. And this will be the end of my presentation. Thank you very much.